Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Yeah, you know that logo. Can you dig it? Alright guys, check it out. Behind me I got a 2013 Nissan Sentra and the customer's complaint is running really bad. Check engine light was flashing. So we're going to find out what's going on and try to get this car fixed. Coming up on Astral Auto Repairs. This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com. Alright guys, we got the key. The first thing we do, let's verify the complaint. Alright, let's start this car up. The check engine light is on. Yeah, I kind of... Let me see if I put it in gear. Oh, yeah. There we go. Siri, go look up under the hood and see if you can see it. Siri!
Don't tell me what to do.
Oh, boy. Alright guys, we definitely got a Misfire. And if you have a Misfire, guys, you want to avoid driving this car as much as possible.
What if this is my only car?
Well, then you can keep on driving it. But what's going to happen, you're going to damage the catalytic converter. And then it's going to cost you some money. Because what happens is that raw gas from that injectors on that cylinder is just going to, unless it's an injector that's not working. But if it's not an injector, then all that raw gas is going right down into the exhaust system.
But I need to go to work to make money to fix the car.
That's what cabs are for. Get an Uber. Leave your car alone. Call us.
That costs money.
Well, take you one. That's what you get for driving a Nissan. You got to pay for it.
That was right. That was very wrong.
What? That's it. All right, guys. We're going to do this, guys. We're going to do this real quick. First of all, let's hook up our diagnostic equipment and find out what that check engine light is on for. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, grab your Ortel AL 539, yeah, buddy B. Grab that tool, guys. Alright, and what you want to do is you want to hook your connector up to the diagnostic connector of the vehicle. And on this car, it's located up under the dashboard to the left of the steering column. Should be right around there somewhere.
Sideways?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's get that plugged up and let's pull these codes. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're ready to read the codes. We're going to go into engine.
Move your big foot.
Man, you're a bully.
Yeah.
Okay, read the codes. Alright, here's one of three. We got three codes. P0301, cylinder 1 misfire detected. Let's scroll. P0301 again, pending, and P0301 permanent. So we have a misfire on cylinder number 1. All right, that's
Why was the check engine light flashing?
All right, guys. When the computer picks up a misfire, and if it's serious enough, blah 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 blah. All right, if it's serious enough, the computer will flash the check engine light to let you know that imminent catalyst failure is about to occur.
So it
if you don't stop.
will occur.
Yeah, if you keep on driving it, you can stop. As long as when it starts flashing, you stop. You're good to go. But you keep on driving it like Sylvia wants to do, you're gonna damage your cat.
I gotta go to work.
Okay, so let's cut this off. Let's go find out what's going on, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys. The first thing we're gonna do is go for the coils. On Nissan's back from whenever Nissan actually started using coil on plugs, those was always the #1 thing to go to with a misfire. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. First we're going to do is pop this cover up. This cover is held on by 4 grommets. So what you do is just pop up and pick the other one up. Now you gotta be careful with these back here, because if you look inside there, like there's one grommet right there. And what happens is you pull up too much, you can break the cover and pull up. So if you get it stuck like this, what you want to do is grab your little WD-40 and just spray a little bit. Let me get the WD-40. Something with a straw in it so you don't spray it everywhere. And what you want to do is just spray it in there. Alright. Then work that back and forth. Reach your hand back there. Grab it. Pull it right up. And then if you want, what you can do, take your WD-40 and just put a little bit on these as well, so when you put it back together, it's good to go. Alright, let's set our cover to the side and we'll be right back. Alright guys, here's your coils. You got one coil right here, and this one is in the front of the engine. The front of the engine is where the belts are. So this is number 1, here's number 2, and on the other side of this oil filler right here, right through here, is number 3. And back here is number 4. Now this is what we're going to do, guys. This is going to be nice and easy for you. Our Misfire is on cylinder number 1. So we're going to do is start the vehicle up. And you got the plug right here. We're going to take that tab, push that tab into the connector, and unplug that coil. If that cylinder is good, the engine's going to start running a heck of a lot worse. I'm going to show you, and we're going to do another one over here. Make sure I can get to this, because this isn't waiting on. Okay, we can get that one. Let's plug them up. Alright, we're going to get this car started up, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now, we got the Misfire. When I disconnect this coil, if there's no change in the engine, we have definitely got the cylinder that we're looking for. So we do this. Unplug it. No change whatsoever. You do not have to worry about getting electrocuted. You will not. Plug it back up. Let's go to number 2. Push the tab into the connector. Unplug it. Look at that. Let's get that plug back up. So number 2 is good. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Right? We'll be right back. Alright guys, now, it can be an ignition coil, it can be a spark plug, it can be a fuel injector, it can be a valve, it can be so many different other things. Now how are you going to check this out? You got to do a process of elimination. Now remember, I told you the coils is very common in this. So what we're going to do, we're going to swap these 2 coils, number 1 and number 2. We know this is a working cylinder. Now we're going to swap them and do that test again. If we disconnect number 1 and that engine runs more rough, then we know 100% guaranteed it is the coil. So what we're going to do first is, again, push the tab into the connector, unplug it. We're going to do both cylinders. And you can use another cylinder if you want. If your Misfire is on number 2, you can swap with either one you want. Alright, then I'm going to take a 10mm deep 3/8 drive, a 12-inch 3/8 drive extension, and my 3/8 drive ratchet. Your coils is held in by one 10mm bolt. There, and on number 2 over here. Let's get those bolts out and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now before we take these coils out, you got this hose going across here. This is the PCV hose. You don't want to try to move the hose around to get that coil out, or you might end up breaking the PCV valve over here. So what you do, take your pair of pliers. You got a clamp right there. Squeeze that clamp together. Bring that back. Then you want to try to pull that off. Now remember, that's plastic, so you want to be very careful taking that off. You don't break it. Good. Came out. Move that to the side. Now you want to just take your coil, twist it back and forth a little bit, and then the coil should, dang it, the coil should come out of there with no problem. Oh my goodness, man, why do I get problems like this? Holy cow, let me see number 2. Same thing. Alright, if you have an issue like I'm just having, what you want to do, let me take my pliers and open them way up. Don't try, don't, just use something to grab it. Don't squeeze too much, and if it don't work, like this ain't working, then you're in trouble. So then what you do? You gotta sit here and just keep trying, guys. There it is. Look at this thing right here, man. This thing, it pulled out of the boot. Actually, that's actually considered wires on this. So let's get that. Let's twist this one back and forth, and let's try to get this one out. Okay, this one, number 2. What the heck? Number 2 did come out. What is that? Yeah, it's down there. I want to make sure this is not a lot of oil. But now we got to get that one out. That is a problem. And we want to try to get it out without, because this is rubber. So we want to try to get that out without it. This is just like deja vu. Ah, man.
What if you put the upper part back in and see if it'll hook up and try again?
Try to tell me what to do. Take people tell me what to do.
It's so hard to be humble.
You know what? I got an idea. What about if I put this back in here and maybe it'll hook to the boot?
That sounds like a great idea. You should try it.
Twist it back and forth. And then try to pull it out.
Make sure it's loose enough though. Like,
man.
You know, twist it enough.
No, that ain't work, Sivvy.
But just putting it back in ain't gonna work.
I made sure.
Yeah, right.
You know, this is ridiculous, man.
I don't understand what makes it suction like that.
You know what? Tell you what. How about we do this? How about we pull this one off? Son of a biscuit, man. What is that? That means, is there something else in there that's supposed to be?
No, there's something else in there.
It is. But see, inside there is different. Am I missing something? Hold on. What the heck is that? Did it drop or something? Did something come out or what the heck? Is that the same coil? That's a Hitachi on side? No. Okay, dang it.
People stop buying cheap coils from eBay.
Heck yeah. Okay, so we can't do that. I was going to swap them. That's probably exactly what happened. Okay, let's put all this back. So we need to get that. And that's exactly what happened last time. It was a cheap coil or something. I wonder if somebody changed the coil and it still got the misfire. I wonder if that's a new coil. Alright guys, so we got to try to get this thing out of here. Let me try to get something. We'll be right back. Alright, so I got me some hose pliers here. So it looks like we might have another issue. It looks like somebody changed that coil. No, we don't know how long ago, but if they did change it and it still got a misfire, that'll explain why we got it. That's all we get. It's caused when people can't fix it. So let's try to... That ain't gonna work. I'm gonna pinch that boot like crazy. Okay, let me try to grab from here. You know what? Let me get that.
Is there any way you can go sideways?
I'm definitely gonna squeeze that and break that boot. These cheap parts, man. I can't believe this. Yeah, let's get a... Oh man, just turned it. Alright. We got it off. Alright, we'll be right back. Ready. Alright guys, we had to go cut off real quick. Neighbor was playing music, and I don't want this video to be demonetized because of that stupidity. All right, guys, we have let's hook this back up, and let's first of all look at the difference. Look at the end of the plugs, man.
Those are coils.
Yeah, coils. Don't correct me in front of my homies. Alright, that's my homeboys. Alright, what I'm gonna do, guys, is put a little grease around here so it don't stick, and we're gonna swap these cylinders. So we're gonna, well, first of all, let's go. Okay, this is the let's stick this one over here, and we ain't gotta I'm not even gonna bolt it up. Push this one down, connect it. Alright, then I'm gonna put a little grease on this one, and we're gonna put this one in, and then we're gonna bring our hose back over and just hook it up. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, guys, I put a little lithium on the bottom and on the top. Hopefully we don't have a problem doing this again, taking this back out. Okay, we're gonna push that down, plug it up, and the hopes is that the misfire changed from one cylinder to the next. So let's get this connected. Alright, let me start it up. Okay, we still got the misfire. Let's go over here to number 1. There it is. Look at that. Number 2. Where we got the bad coil at. No change. So we know we're 100% guaranteed we got a bad coil. That's what you get for getting cheap parts. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, guys, now we got this disconnected. Let me disconnect this hose again. Let's pull this coil out. See, that's the way it's supposed to be. Just come out with no problem. Now, guys, when you get we got a little situation here. We got a new coil. We actually don't know what kind of name brand that they got on this, but one thing I know, it doesn't say anything. So, but why did this coil go bad? Is it because it's cheap, or at this time you want to check your spark plugs to see if your spark plugs are worn? Because if your spark plugs are worn out, more than likely that's what caused that coil to go bad. So now, if I took this coil out and this thing had a mark right here, a white spot, or cracked, then it's just a bad coil. You ain't gotta worry about that. Let's check them plugs. So we're gonna get a 5/8 socket. Actually, I'm using a 16mm deep 3/8 drive, a 12-inch 3/8 drive extension. Wait a minute. Those plugs are different. Holy cow. Wait a minute, guys. I thought, no, these are not. These are different. Holy, let me go get a light. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, to get this spark plug out, we have to use a 14mm deep socket 3/8 drive. Now, here's the situation, guys. When you put this spark plug down there, when you put the socket down there, when you go down, you're gonna stop. It's gonna stop right there, because what you're hitting up against now is the spark plug tube seal. The spark plug tube seal is right there, so when the valve cover squeezes down, it squeezes a little bit into the cylinder. But you will be able to go down and take it back up. But before you do that, what you want to do is take some lithium grease. Now they do have the 9/16 spark plug socket, the really deep one, to really thin wall to get down there, but you don't need that, guys.
Shouldn't you get like gloves or a rag or something?
She wait good till I get my hands dirty, then
See, I didn't think you
put some on
do
there.
that.
All right. Yeah, let me go get some. All right. She gonna tell us what you mean.
We'll be right back.
All right, guys. I got my gloves on. Let's go down there. Now, actually, we was supposed to be doing number 1, because that's what.
Both.
All right. So we go down. Get it on, get our 3/8 drive ratchet, and let's take this plug out. This is the thing, we gotta take this up very slowly to get past that spark plug tube seals. Actually, since I'm using a socket, it's going to leave the spark plug down there anyway. Alright. Take our socket back out. And hopefully the tip is magnetic. And there's our plug. So,
well, no.
I need to see it. Don't be yelling at me.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, that plug don't look bad at all. It's got a nice tip to it. Both ends got a tip to it. That's like a, what's the name brand of this? It's an AutoLite plug, so maybe it was changed at one time.
Hold on, let me see for some reason I can't get it to focus. Okay, we're good.
Alright, so
What are they?
AutoLites. XP. Alright.
XP? What is XP?
I don't know
It's
what that
supposed to
is.
be lithiums in here.
Huh.
Oh, I mean iridiums.
Lithium?
Yeah, that's a battery.
Alright, so we're going to put our plug back and we're going to get us a coil, a good coil. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, check it out. We got the original OE Hitachi ignition coil. So this thing will be great. Alright, let's look at and also I got on my finger a little lithium grease. Just want to put it around there and up there. Let's see. Now, yeah, they're definitely made a little different. I noticed right here there's a little brown, like a little discoloration right there. And maybe that might be what's happening. Maybe because this is so thick, or maybe it's just cheaply made. Wait a minute, that is cheaply made. Oh, well, that is that coil, the way these things come apart. Maybe it just started arcing through. I don't know. But let's get the original one in there. So let's set this down. Plug it up until you hear a click. If I can get it plugged up. Okay. Push down. Oh, that went so much better than that other one. Matter of fact, if I had to take this back up, look at that, came right up. I mean, the lithium's up there, but alright, guys, just again, guys, you gotta be careful about getting cheap parts from eBay. Alright, let's put our 10mm bolt in there. Start it off by a couple threads so we don't cross thread it. Let's get our hose. Put over here. Let's go get our socket and a pair of pliers for that clamp. Let's put that on like that. Alright, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now I'm going to take my 10mm deep 3/8 drive, my 4-inch 3/8 drive extension, and my 3/8 drive ratchet. And I'm going to go ahead, you're going to tighten up this bolt. And guys, don't go crazy with this bolt. The only thing this bolt, you can actually just go down till it's hand tight, and that coil is not going to come out of there. But what you're going to do is go till it stops, and I mean just lightly, and then just a little bit more. That's it. Take your pliers, grab this clamp, squeeze it together, and bring it forward. Let it go. Alright, before we get our cover on, let's start this up and see how it sounds. Alright, two last things we're going to do. One, put the cover back on. Now remember, your cover is going to have 4 posts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They have to push into the grommets. One right here, one right here, one right here, and one over here. So just line up the post with the grommets and just push down. Alright, that's it. The only thing you gotta do now is get your scanner, clear the check engine light, and this job is done. Alright, we'll be right back.
Alright, so today we had a 2013 Nissan Sentra, and we showed you something you can check if you have a misfire and how to fix it. If you guys have any comments or questions, you can post it below in the comment section, or you can email Timmy at tim@AstralAutoRepairs.com. Hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. See you next time.